Hello, everyone. Uh, sorry, hold on. I was getting some, like, really weird, it sounded like microphone issues. I don't know. It could be nothing. Don't worry. We're not gonna be, saving this video or anything. Hey, Donuts, how are you doing? Uh, I am going to work today on getting, a feature. Sorry, not a feature. Well, kind of a feature. Um, had somebody reach out to me with an issue that they were having with Kineo for iOS, and basically they're like, "Hey, I made a giant animation, and it doesn't open anymore." And so I kind of need to figure out why that's happening. And I'm gonna have them send me their animation, but unfortunately, I have no way of exporting that right now. So I'm gonna create a way to export, backup, whatever your animations, and I am going to put that out on test flight, have them send me that, and then use that to help debug the issue. So that's what we're going to work on tonight, is getting this whole debugging export functionality working, and it should be good. Donuts made it home. You made your flight at 6 in the morning today. Worked out. You got home. That's awesome. I'm exhausted from a week of work trip, and I got to stay, I had to drive half an hour to the office. I didn't have to go across the country or anything. So I can only imagine how exhausted you are. I actually had to, I didn't get to sleep I got to sleep in my own bed the whole time. 4 a.m. at the airport. Ooh. I don't think I even went to bed before 4 a.m. I can't imagine having to go somewhere at that time. Elusive bugs and debugging is always fun, yeah. Well, so, like, this is definitely one of those things that I need to get better about, which is, like, testing some of the, like, super edge casey stuff. Because, I've never made a 400-page animation in Kineo. I don't know what that would even look like, what that would do. So, I'm hoping that I can get this animation from this user, and that'll become almost part of my testing suite, is that I can test it out with this animation and make sure that we continue to work well with giant animations. So, but in order to do that, we need to actually get our hands on it in the first place. I also have no idea how complicated it is, because I can imagine that it may not just be that it's like 400 pages long. It could also be like, maybe it's super detailed in each of those 400 pages. So yeah. Hey Alex, how are you doing? So anyway, yeah, I created this new branch here to go add this feature, but I think what I'm actually going to start with is I want to pull all of the Tuist stuff off of our Vision branch and get that merged in, so that I can not have to deal with the fact that that's not around anymore. And then we'll start working on the actual export feature. So yeah, we don't seem to have. You've been better. Struggle City with your toddler of a son rewrite is getting the best of you. Yeah. Rewrites can be hard. Yeah, toddlers can probably also be hard. I don't have any experience there, so I can't tell you how hard. I can't sympathize with toddler raising. I don't have that. But rewrites are not great. I mean, even just like the stuff that I've been working on with Kineo, which is not really a rewrite. It's just like, oh, we need to do a new UI on top of the same old backend. Yeah. Yeah. I would not have suggested the total rewrite, but yeah, no. They're like Android devs, except louder and more unreasonable. Don't let Mono hear you. All right, so we're going to try to grab... Yeah, I guess what I need to do is I need to, like, pull some of this off into its own branch and then merge that into the release. Just basically pull these parts. I don't actually know where it diverges. I guess it diverges here. We need to pull all of this branch. Not joking with loud and unreasonable. Yeah. I mean, I've been around toddlers. I've never had to, like, handle one, but I've been around them enough that they, yeah, no, they're not, you know, stable people. They're the early alpha of humans. Very buggy. Prone to crashing. I don't know where this metaphor is going. Not getting a nap into the mix and holy goes next level wild. I get cranky when I don't get a nap. And I know, you know, at least moderately how to handle my emotions. Early alpha human is a perfect metaphor for toddler. Yeah. They're like version 0. Whatever. Did somebody crash Xcode or did it just actually crash on its own? Or did I never even open it? Those are all possible options. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess, yeah, what I want to do is I want to create a new branch and then I want to reset it back to something. So let's go into our branches. And we're going to duplicate this feature vision branch into like a Tuist branch. Or maybe I'll go create an issue. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create an issue. I'm going to create a merge request from that issue, but I'm not going to create a branch from that issue. So use Tuist for project generation. Create merge request. Okay, so that created that branch. And then, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge feature vision into that branch, but then roll back all of the stuff that's actually for Vision Pro so that we get right back to the Tuist stuff. So that'll be what we want to do. Currently debugging a data dump. Successful at a #1 dump fairly regularly without any undesired data loss. Struggling with getting a #2 dump. Oh. It's like, I have no idea what you're saying. And then I realized you're still in the toddler metaphor. It's like, what are you saying? I don't understand. All right, yeah. Use Tuist for project generation. Let's check that out. So we're first going to set our upstream to feature vision. Have you heard back on your Vision Pro application at all yet? I don't believe I'm allowed to tell you that. What was the rule? The rule was, yeah, I basically can't tell you any information. I feel like I feel like the rule was basically all information disclosed to Apple by Apple to you that relates to the DK and or the DK program, including the fact that you received a DK from Apple. I feel like that would include, because I mean, like, I feel like there's the balance of, like, I could say whether I found something or got some information. Yeah, I definitely can't tell you if I get one, and I definitely can't tell you if I don't get one. I'm wondering if I can tell you whether or not a decision has been made one way or the other. And I feel like I can't even say that because I think that that's all information disclosed that relates to the DK. So I don't think I can even tell you whether or not I have even gotten an answer as to whether or not I have gotten one. I don't think I can answer that. It is very much a secret. Okay, so I set this to... Okay, so now I've pulled in the vision frameworks. Or, yeah, okay. So, yeah, no, I can't say anything. Blink if you got a DK. Now you're basically saying that I have to not blink for the entire rest of the stream. If I didn't get a well, even if I didn't blink the entire rest of the stream, then that would be saying something with regards to whether I did or did not. So I can't really answer either way. I have to can I just like close my eyes the entire rest of the stream? This is going to make it really hard to do programming. I don't know. Just like wear a blindfold the entire rest of the stream so that nobody knows whether I don't give any information. All right, let's get into here. So yeah, I think we wanted to roll back to here, 550E2A3. So X. Let's make sure that we're on feature vision. Okay, let's actually change our upstream. Yeah, we've unset our upstream. We'll let's actually pull down our release branch. There's a lot of process to this. We're gonna go back to our use Tuist. We're going to set our upstream to release 23.5. There we go. Okay. So now we need to go back to that log. No, actually, reset, hard. That. Okay, so now we've only got 11. What's the word? Commits between us and our release branch. So can we see what those are? So here's our release branch. We added the Tuist project definition files. We moved the files into the new directory, fixed the structure for everything except the app clip, got the app building again, fixed the build settings, fixed running tests better, apparently. Added the workspace and project files to gitignore, which was important, yeah. Added Tuist fetch to GitLab CI, removed our derived files, I probably put those into gitignore as well. Is that what I did? Yeah, okay. And then created new modules for Canvas, document navigation, and editing state. Now, what I wonder is, does this build? Because I feel like... Oh, you know what? Okay, so yeah, this probably does build, but we're going to have problems in the future with the separation of Vision Pro and iOS stuff, but we don't have to worry about that right now because that's not on this branch. Let's go and make sure that this actually builds. It would be nice if I titled these things, so I could tell what I was doing on each tab. Let's try seeding to Kineo. What is this? Okay, this is my personal website. This is the developer branch. We don't need that. These are all the developer directory. Okay. Do we need a Tuist fetch first and then a Tuist generate? Probably. I need to figure out what's causing this complaint about user local lib. I feel like it was something that I was trying to do to get Emacs working at one point, and it wasn't. But I don't know where I put that setting. Is that something that I did in... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here that's about that. I don't know. All right, I mean, that compiles, so we should be able to commit that. It doesn't like my deployment targets, but I don't care. Where's this? Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna push this up to our remote, and that should cause this to be okay. We made a heck of a lot of changes here, but it seems to be fine. We'll basically make sure that this works. And CI, we'll make sure that this works. We'll merge that. And then we'll pull that into our new branch to actually do the coding. Actually do the export feature. All right, job succeeded. Looks like it passed, so that should cause our other one to merge. I guess that's here. Yeah, merged. Okay, cool. So now we should be able to go pull that in to our other branch. Did we even pull out that other branch? No. Boop, boop. Oh, I guess I need to pull down the latest from our remote here. There we go. Okay, so now this one is behind by a bunch. We'll pull that in. Perfect. All right. So now this is up to date. Now we can actually go start working on that feature. I think we've done enough to break this. Let's rerun Tuist generate. There we go. All right. Kineo. All right. So where are we going to actually put this? I feel like it's going to be in our gallery somewhere, because the whole problem that this person has is that they aren't able to open the thing. So we obviously can't put it into the view, the main view, the editing view. That's the word I'm looking for. Can't put it into there because they're never going to be able to get there in order to export it. So I think what I need to do is I need to figure out where the gallery stuff is. Maybe put this on like a menu in the gallery. So where's our gallery cell? Gallery document collection view cell. Do I have a menu on this? I have a menu somewhere. What I really should do is get this running on device. And we can look at what we have currently. Well, I had my phone plugged in, but it didn't show up in the little preview window. My overlays are running, right? Clearly, yes. For some reason, it's not finding the Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, this is not running for some reason. What is going on? It passed now this time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, but then if I try to, yeah, like if I'm trying to set full screen, and then that doesn't seem to, okay, so it's still working. I don't know, man. Okay, apparently my overlay window is just not working. Well, that doesn't prove anything. Yeah. I don't know. That's just broken, apparently. So I guess maybe I'll run it on the simulator instead of on an actual device that you can see, because it's gone for no good reason. I don't think I messed with anything like that recently. I didn't touch that code. Oh. Did it just now catch up to putting that into full screen? That was bizarre. I hadn't touched anything for a while, and then it just finally suddenly decided, oh yeah, I'll put it in full screen now. Now is it going to give me the overlay? Also no? No. Alright. Well, apparently we have a drawing on here anyway, so let's long press this. So we have our menu here. Share, open a new window. 2 existing ones. So let's do a search for open in new window. That's going to give us a string. Gallery document, collection view, cell, menu configuration provider. Dear God, that's a mouthful. How about window menu item title? It's going to be a lot easier to find. Hey, look at that. Window item is a UI action. It calls delegate open animation in new window. So I guess what we want to do is we want to define. Okay, all of my computers are mad at me right now. I don't know why. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to add a let backup element. Give it a new title. Self window menu item title. Let's give it a backup menu item title. So now what's interesting is we've added this. We need to also add it to our localizable strings. But Tuist actually gives us these now. So I kind of want to say, do we even need this? Maybe we do. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Where is our localizable strings file? I don't feel like I'm ready to use that yet. I don't know. Where are all of our other ones? They're right here. All right, so there's our backup. I think what else we're going to need is we're going to need some kind of symbol that represents what this is, which we've currently put into icons. Yeah, let's do self, backup menu item title, image, dot backup. That doesn't actually exist yet. Compiler's gonna yell at me. It's fine. Test 3 failed, undefined does not affect. No! You telling me the Twitch chat is JavaScript? Backup, animation, and index path. All right, let's figure out where all of these are defined. They're defined here in Gallery View Controller. Sorry, 1 second. Good enough. All right. Nope, that's not where I want to go. All right, let's find an SF symbol that represents saving. Square and arrow down? Sure. I was hoping for something that, yeah, was like an external drive, but had a down arrow into it. I don't see anything like that. Maybe the plus, but that's more like adding a drive rather than saving in my mind. There's this time machine one. That feels... I'm honestly a little surprised that this doesn't have the little doohickey on it that says this can only be used to refer to time machine. So yeah, I think I'm going to use the square and arrow down. Oops. Okay, is delegate just defined to be gallery view controller? It is. That's very weird, but okay, sure. What did you do, Past Jeff? Why did you make this act like this? All right, so we've got that. So now we need to do the actual backing up. And I think what I would like for this to do is I would almost like for this to pop up in the file picker dialog and have the user pick where to save. That's one option. The other option is that I just use the share sheet. That might honestly be easier because the share sheet would have a file picker in it, right? Actually, no, let's go back to here. Let's do the share. If I click share here, this is going to open up this window. God, I wanted to redesign this window at one point because it was so gross, and then we got busy with other stuff. Yeah, so this has a save to files. So I think that's what I want to do, is I want to save to files, but rather than the animation here, we save to files the like actual Kineo JSON file that stores everything. So yeah, this will be pop up the UI activity sheet. Something like that. So yeah, I think what we need next is we need our like document store. We need this to give us a URL. Yeah, URL for document with identifier. Does this give us a like array at index Static func URL for document with identifier, URL for document. So I guess what we would do is we would get the document at, oh, we've already got a delete document at index path. Why don't we do that? Oh, this is not something that we do. Document index equals index path item -1, try document store, delete document at document index. Yeah. Delete document at index. So I think that's what we want. But not delete, obviously. What we want is URL for document at index. Except this wouldn't be a static func. This would be a func for the particular document store that we're using. So URL for document at index. Boop, boop, boop. Let's store document equals store documents index. Don't try deleting that file. It's not what we want. But we have the stored document.url. So I think that's what we want. Is we're just going to say return stored document URL. Unexpected non-void return. Okay, for one thing, this is not returning a throws. This is returning a URL. Is that optional? It is not. Perfect. So yeah, now we have a URL for document at index. Yeah, and then I guess, I mean, this almost seems like overkill here, so why don't we just do this? And then why don't we just do this? Yay, okay. So then this is let document URL equals, oh, I see what's going on. We've got a data source that it's talking to things. So I think we need to expand this on our data source. URL for document at index path. Oh, I guess this needs to be public. Did we not make it public? Yeah, we didn't make it public. Okay, so this is now document URL is data source, URL for document at index path, and then we create the UI activity view controller with activity items is just document URL, nil, and I guess we just present that, right? That's all we need. Present share controller animated true. Let's see if that works. That might be enough. We did not add it to our menu. That would help. I feel like we want it right before the delete section. Yeah, let's do that. Shared supports multiple scenes, blah, blah, blah. So we need this in both cases. Window, no, backup element. This would be a good place for a result builder. Anytime that we've got these like, oh, you know, like here's a, you know, collection of things, and based on some information, I need to either show or not show parts of it. That starts to me smelling like, hey, we should have a result builder for this. All right, now we got to back up. If we click that, oh, something wrote. Should have a non-nil source view or bar button item set before the presentation occurs. Fair. So we need to say that our source view is something. Because we can't just present that share controller. Our source views basically just need to be the cell at index path, right? So data, no. We are the UI view controller. Collection view? Do we have access to our collection view? Gallery view. Cell for item at index path. There we go. Let's try that. Hey, there we go. I don't like that our file names are so weird, but I don't feel like for a debugging feature that I really want to mess with that, especially since the user can rename it. So if I say backup and it's like, okay, yeah, this is our file. You can go in here, you can rename this whatever I want. My cool animation. And if I go into here and I go into our files app, there's my cool animations.kineo. Nothing else appears here. But yeah, we can take it, we can save it, we can share it, we can do whatever we want with it. It just gets saved to files. I mean, if the user wants to, he can even just like attach it from that share sheet directly to email. Do whatever you want with it. So honestly, I think that was the feature. I think this is entirely it, right? There's not really much else that I wanted to do. I can compress it. It didn't seem to compress it very much. Can I drag and drop this onto... No, I can't. I was gonna say, can I just drag and drop this onto... my actual laptop? So we can take a look at what this looks like. It'd be cool if I could airdrop from the simulator to my... just to my computer. I don't think we can do that. All right, part of me wants to try to do more with this. Mostly because I've only been streaming for 47 minutes. But that is basically all I wanted to do. Add menu item to back up animations. I mean, we'll let this get merged and then I'll submit it for test flight. Things have been going way too smoothly, haven't they? It's like something doesn't make sense. I mean, nope, this is not the merge request I need. Why didn't that work? Is that the right fireworks emoji? And if it isn't the right fireworks emoji, there should be. I think then that one should also count. Twitch alerts. My firework effect. Yep. Oh, seems like that was the wrong one. But we should make it work with both. Well, I guess we can make this an array. So this is either this one or the other one. Do I have... No, I don't have Rocket installed on this app. See, now the trick is I gotta find the other firework emoji. See, more content for the stream, yeah. As I say, I need the other firework emoji while everything's in black and white, but I mean, those are pretty obviously different enough.
Dies nuts ahoy says I'm helping.
Helping. This is true. So I guess what I want here, let triggers is now going to be self.emoji. Or sorry, self.emoji dot map chat trigger dot emoji. Yeah, because that's just going to paste that. Hey, thank you for the follow, Venom F. Yeah, that should work, right? Okay. Let's quit Xcode 15. I really need to figure out at some point why that does not build in Xcode 15 and fix it. So maybe we do that as the rest of the stream. Figure out why my app doesn't build in Xcode 15. Why my overlay alerts don't build in Xcode 15. So that we can actually make them work. But yeah, let's build it here. You haven't tested anything yet. Yeah, it's not running. We'll get there. Type of expression is ambiguous without more context. Why? We didn't change this. Yeah, no, it's not there yet. Because I need this to build, and then I need to go over to terminal and start it. Don't... That's gonna make it slower. Okay, let's try this again. Type of expression is ambiguous without more context. But why? It says first is ambiguous without more context. I didn't change any of this. Message text trimming prefix. Oh, because this is an array now. Crap. Trimming prefix is self.emoji. Can I make a trimming prefixes? Maybe I can. Trimming prefix is apparently a not something I wrote. For some reason I thought it was. But apparently it's not. So maybe I need trimming characters in, but that's from either end. I need it to be at the beginning. So there is the trimming prefix while predicate. I could do it that way. Trimming prefix while bloop character in emoji self.emoji dot contains character. All right, let's see if that works. So yeah, we built that. We're gonna bring back our thing. All right, now try the new emoji, whichever. There we go. That was both of them. It didn't play the sound a second time, but it did set off 2 sets of fireworks. So yeah, that works. All right. Oh, no problem. I had a text message from my sister I had to respond to anyway. It gave me that break. Let's see if we can figure out. Well, here. First of all, let's see if this merged. It built, but it did not merge. Did I not auto merge it? Oh, I forgot to mark it as not a draft. Okay. So that's gonna build, and then that'll go out to test flight. So that's gonna take a minute, but we'll do that while we wait for this so that we can actually release it. Top secret mode. While we wait for this so that we can figure out if we can actually release it, we can send it to user, blah, blah, blah. Why am I suddenly unable to unlock my 1Password thing? Okay, there we go. She can't type. That's all it is. While we wait for that, we will work on trying to figure out why my alerts overlay doesn't work on Xcode 15. Because I really have no idea. We've tried looking at it before, and it's like, oh, I can't find the network framework. And it's like, why are you even trying to do that? Put in a proposal to redeem to open YouTube to a royalty-free Rickroll clip. No. Where is... Yeah, Kineo. Test flight. Okay. So we'll wait for this to process. Hey, thanks for the follow, Resec ate me. I'm sure we can put in some other redemptions. I want to minimize the ones that are like actively change my window out from underneath me. I think that one's a little those are a little too. It's funny with the Xcode one where it just like crashes. That's a good one. Opening up something on YouTube, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Let's yeah. So why doesn't this build in Xcode 15? And what's weird is not only does this not build in Xcode 15, it gives me an error that like nobody else on the internet seems to be having this error. Without spamming crashing Xcode because you can't spam that one. You can spam that one if you're using the emote version. I feel like I've just opened up a terrible can of worms by telling you that. But you can't spam the redemption, but you can spam the emote. Redeem to inverse the mouse. I had one at one point that inverted the screen, like flipped it upside down. I have not done one with the mouse. We can look into that one. We could definitely try that one. I want to figure out why it doesn't build first. Because this one is just silly to me. I don't understand. Network/NW object.h file not found. You know what I bet it is? Yeah, why is macOS 14 the SDK? Let's do macOS 13.0. No, not the one that inverts the colors. I used to have one that literally rotated the screen 180 degrees. Yeah, so this doesn't build because it doesn't have the macOS 13 SDK. So let's see. What if I open this again in Xcode 14? Because this is saying macOS 13 SDK not found, which is fair. Oh, we have 13.3. So if I do that and I just save it, and then I switch back over to Xcode 14, sorry, Xcode 15. All of these, no, there's too many numbers. macOS 13.3 SDK not found. So it seems to be that it's building against an SDK that it can't find because I'm not running Sonoma. So I guess my real question is, if I were to commit this and put this on Sonoma, would that build? And do I care enough to find out? Hey there, Hater3D. Where did you get that awesome Hacking with Swift cap? I got it from Hacking with Swift. I believe they have somewhere, once this moves, yeah, a store that has... I mean, they certainly used to have a merch in here somewhere. But yeah, I got it on their website. Is the project that doesn't build open source? It is at least vaguely open source. I don't know how up to date it is. Get.payter.name. Twitch alerts. Client. Yeah, I haven't pushed to it in a while. And no, it is locked down. Because I've got a bunch of sound in here that's not necessarily I can't copyright. It's copyrighted sound, and therefore I don't want to be distributing it. Yeah, they definitely used to have a merch store. And that's where I got this. But I don't see that anymore. So I don't know if he got rid of his merch store or what. There it is. Okay. There's just no way to actually link directly to it from his website. hackingwithswift.com/store/merchandise. And then they've got a shop white logo and shop red logo. And it looks like it's only got the t-shirt. I guess he doesn't make the hat anymore. Which is really weird because it seems like it's going through Cotton Bureau, so it should be mostly just print on demand, right? That's how Cotton Bureau works. What you doing? I am working on yeah, no, they just don't have, yeah, it says on demand. So yeah, I don't know why he would have gotten rid of the hat. That's super weird. Maybe I need to stop wearing the hat. It's a collector's item now. I am working on fixing a, well, not really fixing a bug. I'm working on adding debugging functionality to my iOS app that allows me to, in the future, better investigate a bug that I will then fix at a later date. So I had a user, my app Kineo does, it's like a drawing/animation app. And if I can quit the random versions of Xcode that I have open and actually run this, this is not even the right project. Oh my God. Let me get this running on a simulator again so you can see it. But yeah, basically drawing an animation app. You're able to draw a bunch of individual frames of an animation and then animate them all together like a flipbook. And user reached out to me and said, hey, you know, I've got a flipbook with like 400 pages and it doesn't open anymore. Can you help me out? And I can't reproduce anything like that. And so I'm trying to get them to send me the actual file that they have. And I didn't previously have a way for people to send me the like backing files for stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow, Hater3D. I didn't previously have a way for people to send me those files, and so it's kind of hard for me to try to reproduce this with his file if he can't send me the file. And so yeah, I added functionality to that to see if it see if I can get him to send me the file and make it work a little bit better. Got that working, and now we're kind of waiting on Apple's systems to let me ship that out. I think we should, if I refresh, we'll see another new version number here. No, maybe not. Because it failed. So we're going to look into why our CI failed, I guess is our first problem. But yeah, then I want to ship that out to users. We took a slight detour during this to figure out why my overlays won't build in Xcode 15, and I think we figured out that it's because it tries to be requiring running on macOS 14, which we're not doing. So that's why. We got a couple issues here. Asset validation failed. Because your app supports multitasking on iPad, you need to include the launch screen launch storyboard file in your clip bundle. That seems to be a problem. The fireworks things only work when they are the first item in the list. Sorry. Or first character in the sentence. And then we also got this one. Asset validation failed, missing image asset. Which this one seems weird. We don't have an iMessage app icon. We don't have some other things. This feels like another error. That might be because of the changes that we made to Tuist. So let's look into that. I guess because we've already merged this one, we're going to need a brand new issues thing. So we need to make sure that our launch storyboard gets included. We need to make sure that our iMessage app icon gets included. Yeah, let's fix distribution issues. We can keep going with that. Do you know about the fact that you can specify a hex color on those and you can shoot off fireworks of whatever color you want? Okay, yeah, missing app icons. We need an iMessage app icon. We need it seems like it's the iMessage app icons. We need the multitasking on iPad thing. It seems like we're missing a lot of things. Okay, let's look into that. Yep, KNH just demonstrated. Okay, so yeah, it does look like our app clip doesn't have an icon. Which probably means, yeah, we need to share our resources with it. Which is an interesting thing. Because what do we got? Our app. We have our app resources here. Maybe we just need to specify that. Yeah, let's go to Emacs. Project.swift. All right. So we've got this. We've got all of our dependencies. I think maybe what we need to do is we need to just add resources here and then point it at the app resources. Is that going to be enough to fix it? That would be weird, but not entirely out of the realm of reasonability. Well, look at that. It's got it. Okay. Does this have a launch storyboard? I would assume it has to, right? Where is our launch storyboard? Do we have a launch storyboard? Oh yeah, launch screen.storyboard right here. Did this get included in clip? Yes, it did. Perfect. And then our iMessage app icons. We're gonna need those as well. Stickers. Okay. So stickers is its own folder here. It does have resources, and it does have an assets folder in here. So I'm kind of wondering, do we have it like pointed at the wrong spot in like our settings? Is that a thing? Also, did I ever even check out the right branch? Did I ever even create a merge request? No, I didn't. So we need to go do all of this. Because right now we are making these changes on the wrong branch. Project. Boop. Come on. I keep forgetting that I added this new autocomplete thing called Helm to Emacs, and I can actually just like type in things that aren't at the beginning of the thing in there. So I could actually just type in 23.5 instead of trying to type out all of release /23.5. It's nice, but I haven't gotten used to it yet. All right, let's remove this stash. Okay, so now we've done that. Let's go look at our stickers, because I get the feeling that we're probably going to have like a asset thing that we need to set in here. What have we got here? iMessage app icon. This feels like it should be working, but then it also feels like this over here should actually be our icon. So like, see how Kineo and Clip have their icons? Why don't I have that for stickers? So I'm gonna take a look at that. Do we have like an icon thing? Primary icon set name. See, that seems important. This sticker's icon role. This is it. It's here. You don't need to know anything else about this. Primary app icon set. Yeah, I think this is what we need. The contents will be merged into the info P list. Is there something in our info P list that's pointing to the icons? MS messages extension store icon name. That sounds wrong. What does this mean, though? I don't understand what this is. This is an error indicating you haven't set an app icon for your iMessage app. So, I mean, I feel like it should not be set to Kineo. I feel like it should be set to, it said iMessage app icon. Right? Maybe I just need to rename this to Kineo. But it's also really weird that that's in... Oops. That's in the info P list rather than in the build settings. Because that's not going to change this unless it's in the build settings. Let's go run our stickers thing. And I think we need to... I don't think the iPad simulator has a messages app. Oh, it does. Okay. So that's there, but can we take a look at our more app? doesn't show up in there at all. Neat. Somehow we've managed to launch this without actually installing it. Weird. Why don't we clean the build, uninstall this, and then try just launching that again. Well, of course this isn't going to show anything. We don't have any things in it anymore. But yeah, why does this not show in this list? That feels like a problem. I'm going to try running this against the device, even though we know that you can't see that. We're gonna see what I get there. And I'll just have to, you know, describe to you what I see. Oh, for one thing, this is running on iOS 16. Oh, gross. Oh, what are you doing here, man? So we have our icon, but yeah, you can't see this. It is like super stretched out for some reason. So we're gonna try to figure out what's going on with that. Where's our assets? Because yeah, it should be square like this and not filling the whole thing. So I get the feeling that maybe it's pointing at something in here. This doesn't make any sense. Like, this isn't called Kineo. There's nothing in here called Kineo. I want to rename this back to iMessage app icon. And then I want to use this in our info plist. I kind of also want to just change it here because this feels like a better place for that to be. Yeah, that'll definitely help. I need to make the yeah, this is another change that I need to make. Some of the ones that are meant to be shocking, so the goat scream and the firework, I don't have it send the text that goes along with it. I think for the dog one it should. All right, let's delete this from my phone. Do a clean and then run that build. Oops. Knock my phone off of the stand. Okay, we're back in iMessages. Do we have a better looking app icon now? No, we don't. Why does it look so weird? Because it's, yeah, it's like it's stretched out to the whole. It's like it's taking the square one and stretching it to a square, or to a oval. When we've got this icon right here, and you can very clearly see that this, quick look. Okay, well, you can't very clearly see anything right there. But like, yeah, so we've got this angle, and what I'm seeing on the phone is that like this point here is coming all the way out to this edge, and these points here are coming all the way out to this edge. And so it's stretched to its shape. It's almost like the project over here. Sorry, where's our assets over here? Is that Tuist related shenanigans? I don't know is the problem. Yeah, it looks like this is basically taken and stretched out to the other aspect ratio. So here, let's like open this in Acorn. It might be Tuist related shenanigans. And if it is, then we need to figure out what we need to change. I opened that in preview instead of Acorn, didn't I? Dumb. So what is the other aspect ratio? We've got, what is it? 1024 by 768, so it's 16 by 9. Also, I don't want to scale the whole thing. So yeah, what is 180 divided by 9 is going to be 20 times 16 is 320. Yeah, 320. So let's take this and say 320 is our width, and then basically just like stretch this. No, not text. Command Shift T. Yeah, there we go. Don't keep proportions. I like how Acorn is like trying everything to prevent me from doing the stupid thing that I'm wanting to do. Yeah, this is very much what I'm seeing on the screen, is that it's basically stretched this. And so yeah, it might be Tuist related shenanigans, but everything that Tuist does should appear in Xcode. And right now, it's not what I'm seeing. So now, hang on, what might be the case? Let's think about things. What might be the case is that it's giving it the wrong info plist. Where's Emacs? This is iOS. We need to get down to stickers. No, we're giving it the right info plist. We're giving it the right resources. Our settings don't seem to have done anything. Yeah, because I was imagining a world where I was like passing it the default info plist, and so that it was grabbing the wrong thing. Why don't we take a look at the output that this is giving us? Where's our build folder? Products, debug iPhone OS, stickers.appx, show package contents. Unfortunately, it's in assets.car, and so therefore we don't know what that says. Let's look at what's in here. MS Messages extension store icon name is iMessage App Store, which is what we want. Do we see anything else in here that looks like an icon name? We have a bundle display name. That's not anything exciting. We have contexts. We have an NS extension, which doesn't seem to have anything. I don't see anything in here that looks untoward. I know there are apps out there that will open these .car files. The last I checked, they were like super out of date. I think GUI Rambo makes one. Open car file iOS. Analyzing. Hey, look. It looks like I've opened this before. XC run SDK iPhone OS asset util -- info. Okay, well this at least tells us everything. What are we seeing in here? I mean, it seems like this one's just kind of a header. And then we have a color called app accent. Color again called app accent with different dark mode, basically. Background, background, canvas background, shadow. What I'm not seeing in here is our icons at all, for one thing. You know what might be worth looking into is, does this asset get copied into stickers? It does, dang it. Well, there goes that idea. Where are all of our colors? App accent, background, canvas background, shadow. iMessage app icon weirdly is not being included. Unless that first one was it and I just didn't see it. I didn't understand what this was doing. Because yeah, all of these asset colors, asset types or colors, this is the only one that didn't show up as being like a thing. And this doesn't, yeah, this doesn't, I would expect to see something in here that has like all of our images, basically. Is there anything in here that I said that's specific to that? No. Okay, well, let's go look at some of their other tools. Asset Catalog Tinkerers, I think the one I used before, which I, you know, definitely said because it was dark blue. Let's see what this has. Absolutely nothing. Neat. Let's try some of these other options. AC extract. I feel weird about the fact that this was last updated in 2019. What are our other options? Even older. 3 years ago would also, well, that'd be 2020. So it'd be slightly newer. As a catalog tinkerer, looked like it was the newest, right? No, it's even that one's 2 years ago, 2021. You have to right click this and say open and then like approve it and it'll open in terminal and then I can run it in here. Yeah, there we go. So -I, this guy. And then I have no idea what that did. Did that just like put that somewhere? I'm not seeing anything in here that would have done that. Also, this store icon name feels like that's not the right thing to be changing, because that would be the icon in the App Store. Whereas what I need is the icon in the app. I think that's part of my problem. I'm realizing. Let's go back to our project, because we added this build setting, right? It was like, what is your primary icon name? We said that it's iMessage app icon. Primary app icon set name. There's also this stickers icon role, and I have no idea what this is. Maybe that's something that we should look up. Values are host app or extension. That seems important. I don't know what it means, but it seems important. Standalone icon behavior is default. What is that one? Standalone icon file behavior. Controls whether loose PNGs or icon CNS files are created for the primary app icon in addition to including the content in the assets.car file. By default, a small subset are included. Okay, so maybe, yeah, what I want here... Extension? I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. But that feels like that should be more accurate. Let's try it. Hey, that fixed it. Okay, cool. So I think what we need to do is we need to change these in Tuist. I'm going to leave this one. I don't know that it fixed it, but it can't hurt. All right, so let's go back into our project.swift. We're going to change these settings down here. So we've got settings debug, but I think can we also do like a settings base? I think we can do that. Let's yeah, because we've got a base here. Where did all of my changes just happen? Oh, I was making them in the wrong area. Let's try scrolling down to stickers and changing them there. There we go. Base, boop boop. And what we need to put here is asset catalog, compiler app icon name, iMessage app icon. Although we changed something here. Oh, that just rearranged everything. That's not a big deal. Okay, so that became iMessage app icon, and then stickers icon role. Let's show definition. Yeah, it became extension, all lowercase. All right, let's I'm gonna try changing this to just nonsense. I'm not even gonna spell the word nonsense correctly. So that then when we go into here and we rerun Tuist generate, that should allow us to figure out whether or not it actually got overwritten. Hey, look at that. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this, delete the app on my phone, just test this all over again. And then we'll make sure that that checked all of the boxes that we had in our errors. And if it did, then we can try re-uploading this to test flight again. So what did we find? We found, yeah, I guess this is what we want to look at. Missing app icons. We've got all of those. Missing an info plist value for CF bundle icon name in clip. Okay. Apps built must supply app icons in an asset catalog and must also provide a value for this info plist key. So we'll go fix that. I think we fixed this one. I think we fixed all of these, but let's double check when we finish this up. But I think we've got all of the other thing. All of the everything. Let's finally go into our info plist for app clips. And yeah, it said, what did it say? CF bundle icon name. I wonder how much of that is actually just generated by the thing at the end, but maybe we should just manually add it. I don't know. Is it in our other info plist? Nope, that's not it. Icon files iOS 5. This has been around for a minute. I think I'm just gonna let that build and see what we get out of our built product. Products, debug. I mean, this clearly has an icon. We can see it right there. If we look at our embedded icon, or our embedded info plist file, yeah, we've got all of our CF bundle icons here. CF bundle primary icon. These are all here. I don't think we need to do anything special with that. Let's go back to our... Yeah, that was clip. So that's fine. Yeah, no, I think we're good. We don't need to mess with anything else. We do need to double check that messages works correctly. It does. Perfect. So yeah, let's just get that committed. Fix issues with app clip and stickers icons. I am mostly at this point just kind of waiting for Nutterfy to start streaming. I know he normally streams around this time on Saturdays. We can go check out his stream. Because yeah, I think we tackled everything that I wanted to get done today, which is actually exporting that file. Something that would be nice now that we have this backup thing. I think I had this in the issues list for a while. Yeah, well, 4 months. Was that we should have quick look support so that if you have the app in files, you can preview it. And then, yeah, 3 months ago, I was like, why did I put this here? Kineo files aren't publicly visible. Well, now they are. Now they actually are there. So we should support quick look so that if you have the files app open in this, well, not in the simulator, but literally anywhere, these actually, you know, show your app icon rather than, or show your animation rather than just being plain files. And then I think even, yeah, if we click it, then you'd be able to see it in here, and we could maybe have it actually play the animation in here. That would be really cool, as opposed to just being an unintelligible UDID. It would also be nice to eventually be able to, you know, open these animations. Because right now all we're doing is like, you can export them, you can save them. Where are you going to put them later? No, don't worry about it. Yeah, let's see if this is doing anything. Did this fail, or did we... This is the old one. This is the old one, okay. So it looks like that other one merged. So let's go look at our new pipelines. Yeah, this is running now. We'll watch the test one go. All right, that succeeded. Switch over to the deploy branch, which I call beta, even though it's not necessarily for betas. This is for all of them. This just goes to test flight, and then I can publish them later to the App Store. So yeah, my hopes for this release are basically I'm going to do the export stuff. I'm going to send a test flight link to the person who asked for help. I'm going to say, hey, can you install this test flight? Can you, long press your thing, click backup, send me that file. And then once he sends me that file, I'll add my own import functionality, I guess. That's what I'm looking for. Add my own import functionality. Try to fix his bug. And then ship that release, basically. So I'm not going to ship a release that just has this export functionality fix, because that's not really something that anybody cares about. I want to fix the bug first. And then we'll ship an update that has the bug fix. Because it's like, oh yeah, no, I've shipped a new release. It's got a cool new feature, which is that you can back up your animations. Can you get them back into the app? No, you can't. You can just basically save these animations somewhere else. Good luck. Yeah, I don't think anybody would want that update. All right, we successfully built and exported everything. Now we get to see whether or not App Store Connect actually accepts our builds. Why can subs crash Xcode? It sounds like a horrible development experience. Everyone can crash Xcode. It's a redemption as well. It is a horrible development experience. But that's what makes it fun. Yeah, there's a channel points redemption. I think it's 4,000 points that will also crash Xcode. No, it's only 1,000 points. I should probably make that slightly more expensive. Yeah, it's 1,000. Yeah, that's. I should probably make it slightly more expensive than 1,000. How do you live? Sometimes you need a break every couple seconds when people decide to crash Xcode. It does have a cooldown on the redemption, which is that like if you crash it, you can't crash it again for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Subs can crash Xcode whenever they want. They don't have a cooldown. But no, it's fun. That's why it does it. Isn't Xcode a really heavy IDE too, so it takes forever to load? No, it's actually usually pretty quick. I don't tend to have too much of a problem with it. I mean, here, let's try it out. I'll crash it myself. There, crashed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see, it's like 6 seconds. It's open up. 1, 2, 3 seconds. It's like a total of 10 seconds to get it back. That's not too bad. For the silliness that can ensue when I'm like heads down on debugging something like really focused, and then all of a sudden Xcode just disappears from me. That's funny. You know, it's something that we get as a benefit. Yeah, no, it's not too bad. And you know, it can be enjoyable, and it gives people a reason to interact. I like it. So this finished. This built, not only built, it uploaded. So we should see a new version in App Store Connect. Game engine you're making takes 3 to 4 seconds to open. Maybe you should stream with crashing your engine enabled. Ain't no way VS Code opens in half a second. It depends entirely on what extensions you have. Like, I've seen some extensions that make VS Code take forever. But then, you know, I think like the base VS Code is usually pretty good about it. Because, yeah, I remember having this discussion with somebody back in the day, and, like, I mean, seriously, this was like 5-6 years ago at this point. But, you know, they're like, oh, VS Code, it's so slow. And they, like, showed me how long it takes for them to open it. It's like, I do not have that experience at all. And then, yeah, it turned out it was, like, the Docker plugin or something. It's like, oh, yeah, that made it take significantly longer to launch. I don't know how long my VS Code takes to... Here, let me see if there's anything. Sometimes I have work stuff or whatnot. Oh, yeah, here. Hang on. Yeah, let me... Watch. Boom. That was nothing. That did not take more than a second. I wish I could time it, but... Yeah, like... 1 locomotive, 2... Yeah. Yeah. No. It did, and look, and I do have the Docker plugin installed. You don't even have VS Code on any of your machines? It's nice. It's not my #1 favorite thing ever. But like for some stuff, especially like writing TypeScript, I find it hard. There's not that many things that are better than it. Yeah, I think for like a lot of web stuff, I tend to use VS Code. It'd be nice if I could get TypeScript to be as nice in Emacs as it is in VS Code, but it's not always the case. Engine you're using has a plugin that lets you use HTML, CSS, and C++ to write UI stuff, so VS Code is helpful there, yeah. You're talking about heavy IDEs. WebStorm is up there. I mean, let's see. Does Emacs give me something as nice as this on SCSS? I don't even know that I have any SCSS plugins installed for this. Python, I definitely reach for Emacs. Emacs Python integration is pretty nice. Let's go find this website. Sites, BDs. Where is this? Assets, SAS, color SAS, assets. Well, that clearly is not correct. What have I done? Oh, no. Okay, let's try this again. Why am I having so much trouble? Oh, themes. Yeah, that's where I'm looking for. There we go. So let's say I'm opening this. Oh, actually, this does look pretty good in VS Code. Or sorry, not VS Code, Emacs. That's actually not too bad. You're not saying WebStorm is faster, you're saying it's better than VS Code? It really depends on what you're working on. I have not found anything to be better than VS Code for TypeScript. Mr. Cobalt says, I don't use any shell text editors, could be fun to learn, but not interested at the moment. Yeah. That's the other thing VS Code has going for it, is it's like, because it's so bare bones at the start, like it's got a really low barrier to entry. I would not recommend, hey, if you want just to get started and do whatever, go start with Emacs. Like, no. You want to see my Emacs setup? It's bonkers. This is just the init. It's like, oh, you know, like get started, load all of this stuff. Oh, you want some stuff? Okay, this is mostly just auto written. Don't worry about this. But yeah, like look at all of these other files that I've got in here. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go load up all of the rest of this stuff. Let's see what I got in here. So like customizations, navigation. It's not too bad, but you know, this is okay. This is how I get to like hop between different projects. UI. This is like make it look nice. I always want line numbers. Don't give me weird scroll bars. Set my font. Some stuff about interacting with the system. Don't blink the cursor at me. There's just a lot of tweaks to make Emacs look nice. There's nothing weird here. I do have a bunch of weird stuff because I choose to torture myself even worse and use PowerShell instead of like a normal shell. But hey, you know what? These happen. What do we got in here? This is just JavaScript related stuff. Oh, CoffeeScript. Man, how old ago was it when I added that? That has to have been a while. React. Why PowerShell? I ask myself that question every day. Why did I choose to do this? Because I did. I thought it was going to be cool, and it's not cool. Don't do it, kids. It's a bad plan. Just don't do it. And then now it's basically why have I not switched back from PowerShell? It's because I'm lazy and I don't want to figure out how, like, what changes that I've made. Why do I have multiple different things that set fonts in here? I don't know, man. I don't have input mono even installed on here anymore. The big reason PowerShell, honestly, answer the questions, is because I hate the like typical shell scripting languages. Like trying to write a bash script or a Z script, they're so ugly, and PowerShell is a moderately nicer language for that. So when I do have to do customizations, it's so much nicer to do customizations in like a language that has sane, you know, flow control or anything like that. Yeah, let's go look at my config for PowerShell. That's what ChatGPT is for. Look, just I mean, there's nothing exciting going on here. Do I have anything that has like an if statement in it? No. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, God. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not gonna worry about that one. Yeah, I don't know. I just find it easier to work with the what's what I'm looking for? I find it easier to work with the scripting language in PowerShell than anything else. So I'll tell you the reason why it started was at my last job, I had to do a bunch of GitHub Actions work, and you know, like supporting RCI in GitHub Actions. And GitHub Actions has a couple different ways to specify like the things that you want it to run. And one of them is PowerShell. The other, there's also Bash, and then there's like JavaScript, but not really. And I got sick of writing Bash there because I just hate writing Bash, and decided, you know, hey, if I've got PowerShell as an option every time anyway, I'm just going to use PowerShell for that. And then getting used to writing PowerShell functions on GitHub Actions made me go like, it'd be nice if I could just do this in like my local shell. This is what I would like to run locally as well. And so I switched to that there. I've since decided that maybe this wasn't the best idea, but you know, now that I've got everything the way that I like it, I kind of am too lazy to switch back. But there's so much of my stuff that's going on here that's like, I don't know. The fact that nothing supports it is kind of the biggest, worst part of it. Is like you set something new up and it's like, I don't recognize this shell. PWSH, what is this? So that can be kind of a pain. But like, I've got everything the way that I like it. I don't want to mess with it anymore. Even though I don't like the fact that it's not super compatible. And it's also, you know, you want to talk about things that are slow to start up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Oh, look. Loading personal and system profiles took 10,000 milliseconds. That's just actual seconds at that point. That's the thing that I really hate about PowerShell, is it takes forever to boot up. That's why do you think I usually have like 8 tabs open? It's because I don't want to have to start a new tab. It's terrible. Because it just takes forever to actually launch this kind of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back and look at this. I think Nutter's getting started to stream. So if you want more Swift streaming, we will be joining him shortly. But I want to make sure that we get this shipped and out the door. And then we'll head over to his stream. App Store Connect. Why can't you work with my dark mode? Now you want a redemption to crash my terminal. What would crashing a terminal even? Like just hard quit iTerm? Is that what that would be? Okay, sorry for the bright mode, but Noir didn't want to play nice with App Store Connect. Windows Terminal takes 1 second to load. Windows Terminal looks real nice. I don't think that the terminal is the reason why PowerShell takes that long to boot, but yeah, no, Windows Terminal does look nice. I know that there are some newer ones that people like on macOS. See, I don't even use regular terminal. I use iTerm here. WesTerm? Is that like another term for Windows Term, or is this something different? WesTerm. Not familiar with this one. I know somebody was talking about Kitty the other day. I know there's a new one. God, what is it called? That it's got like AI built into it. This one looks very Linuxy. I mean, you gotta love anything when they put like anime stuff behind it. Runs on Linux, Windows, multiplex terminal panes, ligatures, hyperlinks. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go back to here somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So we got all this blah blah blah. Full neck beard mode. Yeah, it looks like a terminal. That's kind of where I was at. I was like, I'm looking at it. I was like, yeah, that looks like terminal. What to test? This release adds file exports for debugging purposes. All right, we're gonna add myself to the build. NeoVim and the default one don't play nice. Yep. Refrigerator? What random object should I put in the living room in your game as clutter? Refrigerator? I feel like you need to put literally the kitchen sink. All right, so I've added myself as an individual tester. So that should, if I go look in here, say waiting for review. Cool, cool, cool. This is a living room, not a kitchen. You said random. Come on. What random object should you put in the living room as clutter? You want like actual random? I don't know. The toasters also belong in the kitchen. We're just gonna name kitchen items that should be in the living room. No. Something like random. I mean, you'll put a live burning fire in the middle of the living room. Yeah. Like, what is the purpose of this? Just to be like visual clutter? I think you should have a sleeping cat. Just, you know, like, you don't want to bother it. It's just laying there. It's passed out. You don't have to animate it. It doesn't have to move. It's just, you know, this cat's over there. Like, especially if you can get it in like a sunbeam type thing. I don't know how graphically intense your code base is. Your game is. You should have a sunbeam and the cat's just like laying on the ground, sunning itself. That's what you should add. All right, this is done. This is waiting for review. It's gonna ship to some point. Coffee table with a sleeping cat. Yeah, go ahead and send an image. I don't know that I'm gonna stick around and look at it on stream, but yeah, send me the image. I can do that. Yeah, we're gonna head over to Nutterfy's stream. He will be doing more SwiftUI work. I guess I didn't really do a lot of SwiftUI work. He'll be doing more iOS work. That's what he'll be doing. But yeah, I will be back Monday evening. Hope to see you all then. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you later. And I said that like, you know, goodbye and blah blah blah, but you know, now I gotta wait the requisite 10 seconds to actually do this raid. You know, things. We're just gonna wait until then. Oh, apparently I screwed it up. Let's try this again.